Hi, everybody. I'm going to talk about live music and specifically what live music means to me. This is basically going to articulate the reasons that I'm starting to become active on this channel, because it's all about live music, as is most of what I do in my life. There's two core meanings that I'm going to talk about. Number one is live music as a canvas for our musical art. So what I mean by that is we are, as performers, existing moment to moment. We're presenting the sounds that we make, our expression in time linearly. Kind of a very literal explanation. Live music is the experience of music in the moment. And live music can be just as live when captured on film or on a recording as it can be in the room. And music in a space can be just as unlive as the most artificially produced dance track, which in its own sense lacks no authenticity. It may be just that the concept of time as experienced by the author of that piece is different. A dance producer who loops the same bar over and over while he tweaks it is experiencing time in a more non-linear fashion than a acoustic guitarist who fingerpicks a piece from moment to moment, who is experiencing time in a different way, to a jazz guitarist who is picking up his musical tool and improvising in a totally different way than like a kind of a prepared or semi-prepared piece by a folk guitarist might be. And I engage in all of these musical practices myself, so I'm treating them all equally as valid tools and mediums of expression. Definition two is a medium of culture. So live music is the medium through which musicians, an audience and fans experience culture. What I mean by that is, okay, let's take an example, like an open mic night. Sometimes in my life, I frequented open mic nights. I love when you find a really good open mic night. It has really great regular musicians, interesting guest musicians, a really good subculture within its own niche and place. So in those cases, you go every week or every couple of weeks, perform some pieces of music you've prepared, listen to pieces of music other people have prepared, and you're really engaging with the culture. People will talk to you about the music you're working on. You'll talk to people about the music that they're working on. You'll collaborate sometimes. There'll be people who get up and play and you're like, oh my God, it's this guy. No bad feelings to them, but we've all been there at the open mic nights. That's an example of a culture, and these kind of likes and dislikes are all parts of that culture. But music as a culture is changing, as is society. And actually, the first medium that got me thinking about this was live coding. Process of writing code, running it live in front of an audience, and that code creating music that is synonymous with performing and improvising on a musical instrument. A really good kind of definition of live coding that I've read in a paper is live coding is the process of changing the rules of a system while it's in operation. It's a great explanation because that is what live coding feels like as a performer. As you change the rules of the system, those cyclical loops will evolve and morph and take journeys that you don't really expect. But live coding as a musician, it feels as live as playing a solo on a guitar. It's totally different in the methodology, but in the moment, it's a very similar feeling of musical expression. Talking about the medium of culture then, over the last few years, I've sort of started to pull back from going out and playing concerts. A couple of reasons. One of them is that I've just done it for so many years. I've played thousands of concerts and I love it, but I kind of said to myself, I could be spending more time on doing exactly what I want to do. All of these thoughts and many others have sort of, just come to me like taking the dive and saying, I'm gonna pull back from this for a while and really kind of experiment and branch out in other areas of musicianship. So what I tend to do as a musician, and I do this 3-4 times a week, is come down to this studio space and just turn on a bunch of equipment that I've got set up here and play and make music and experiment for 4 to 6 hours. You know, I really get deep into it. And that for me is as live as any performance in front of any number of people. It's more live, to be honest. It's a truer expression of my musical art. I don't really even record the music, to be honest. I just experiment and push. I've always had, as a live musician, the principle that that progress is provisional. You know what I mean by that is how the song sounds today might not be how the song sounds tomorrow. How the composition or the groove or the melody is today, that's just right now. You know, all progress is provisional, and that's a blessing and a curse, because it's allowed me to really be in the moment and live in the moment and sort of experience music on a deeper level than I think most people get to. Some of the most profound moments of my life have just been in a musical moment where I just go like, yeah. The flip side is that when I actually want to produce an output, it's really sort of big and concerted effort to make myself go through the process of documentation. And I have left so much work at the side of the road. Like, when I say so much, I don't mean a bit here and there. I have left decades of back catalogue just like in the wake of new ideas, which I don't regret. But the next stage of my musical adventure, I think, is going to be the process of trying to document that a little bit more, trying to put that together into a creative flow that allows me to leave more of a trail. That's not going to be just sitting down and recording the songs. I really want to make it work for me, and I don't want to lose a single bit of the liveness. So where does that take me next? This is where we start talking about a YouTube channel. And, you know, it's kind of a bit paradoxical. I'm all about live music. Why don't I just go out and play more gigs? But I feel like when you think of music as the medium of cultural exchange, YouTube is a medium of cultural exchange, and that's the medium I'm choosing for the next step of my creative expression and the journey that takes me on. I don't think actually it's gonna take much more than that to justify kicking this channel off. So I'll leave it there. I will talk about a lot of things and share a lot of music. The goal is really just share music. That is, if my channel was summarized in 2 words, it would be share music. But I'll also talk about the process of sharing music. I always see all the work I do as a musician through the framework of a methodology called practice-led research. I'll talk about it. I love theory, so if you like theory, that's a good thing. If not, then there might be some bits of my videos to fast forward. But I'll talk about that, and I'll talk about the technology of creative practice as well. I'm also like quite a bit of a music technologist, and really engage the process of that deeply. So I've spent quite a lot of time thinking about the technology and the creative flow for this process of documentation, and I plan to talk about that too. I'm going to let my enthusiasm lead me to some degree and see where we go. I'm pretty sure it will be to a totally different place than I think that I'm going to right now. So I'll meet you there. As a final word, I, in the spirit of engaging in a medium of cultural exchange, would love to experience some cultural exchange. So please, if I've given you any thoughts or raised any questions, put them in the comments. I'll address them all and probably even talk about them in videos. And if anyone else wants to share any art with me, then please do. I will absolutely check it all out. Have a great day, everyone, and see you next time.